on the southern side of the island, the sea is really calm, and then you start turning to the northern side. The sea is really rough and it's so windy. This is what we hiked. It's the coastal path, and you basically go through here, and then it goes all round. You can see the path there, all round and down. Like, it's quite windy at that bit, ups and downs and stuff, all around there. And then that's the peak there. There's a little cafe just there where you can get refreshments and stuff, and then you come all the way back. Lovely walk, so beautiful. And there's a little beach bit down there as well that you can have access to. It's like a secondary path that goes down there. It's quite windy, but it's really beautiful, and you can see some other islands in the distance as well. Yay! Before I start this video with all of the hiking footage, I just have to say a couple of things. The first one is, oh my god, Magnum ruby chocolate ice cream is amazing. I don't think we have it in England yet, but they have it in Madeira, obviously, because I have it. And I've literally been buying it like nearly every day because it is like the best ice cream ever. And the second most important thing is, if you're wondering why I'm not in any footage from the hiking, basically earlier this week I somehow did some damage to my foot. I was just walking on normal flat ground, not even like in the middle of hiking. We was on a Levada trail, but it was literally a flat ground, walking, and my foot just went crunch, and it sounded like a tree snapped or something, like a branch snapped. What happened to my foot, baby? What's your impersonation? What happened to my foot, baby? The exact thing. It's quite amusing because I literally didn't fall or anything. I just stepped, and just a normal step, and my bone just went crack. Tom thought I'd stood on a twig, but I hadn't. It was my foot. I've been managing to walk on it and done some hiking during the week. We did Valley of the Nuns. I came down the mountain. I'll put some pictures on screen as well. Came down the mountain, did some coastal walks, but during the week it's got worse and worse, like more painful. It's bruised, it's swollen, and I didn't want to risk doing the big hike because originally I thought I just had a sprained ankle or something like that. But when I was actually looking online last night, by the sounds of all the symptoms that I have, I think that I have a fractured bone in my foot. When we get back to England tomorrow, right now this is our last day in Madeira, so all the footage that you're seeing today, Tom went and did the big hike on his own. I insisted, he didn't want to do it. He was so sweet. He wanted to stay at home and just like make sure I was okay. but I really wanted him to go and do this big hike because it's one that we particularly came to the island for. The whole reason that we were coming to Madeira was mainly for this particular mountain hike. So I didn't want him to miss out on it or anything. We were hoping that my foot was going to be okay for me to do it, but as the week's gone on, it's just got more swollen and bruised and everything, and I didn't want to risk it becoming a worse injury, because we was reading that like a fracture could become an actual broken bone. If it is just a fracture, it will take like 6 weeks to heal according to what it says online. But if it's a broken bone, obviously it's going to take a lot longer, so I didn't want to risk it. But yeah, so that's why I'm not in any of the footage. So I didn't actually do the mountain walk, but I am so proud of Tom that he went to do it, and I felt so happy. Like, he left off this morning to go and do the hike, and I just had this, like, I was so proud of him because it's his first mountain hike that he's done on his own, and it's like a 5 to 6 hour hike. It's about 10 miles long. It's up like the highest point on the island. It's like the peak of the mountains. It goes across all the mountain ridges. Literally, it's like a staircase into nothing. And he didn't want to go because he was worried about me, but I said, like, enjoy yourself and have a nice time. And just for me, I didn't want to risk injuring my foot anymore because I can't really walk on it, and if I push myself, like, I wanted to hike, but if I push myself, then if I end up with a worse injury, it's not worth it. Like, to miss out on a day is better than having like an injury for the next 2 years or something ridiculous. But I felt so happy and so proud of him that he's gone to do this by himself, and he videoed some of it so that he could remember it and so that he could show me and stuff. And this is what the video is going to be, all of his footage. And he did it in record time. He did it so quickly. And he said there's parts of it that were tough, like the staircases and that were quite steep and quite tough. And he said it was hot but cold. But he was really lucky. He had like a bright day. There wasn't many clouds or anything like that. And he said he had an amazing time. And I honestly think it's such an achievement that he went and did that by himself and just really enjoyed it. And yeah, love you, baby.